Hello friends, welcome once again to our channel to learn online. Friends, today we are going to discuss the very important concept in each one's life, that is planning. Friends, we all use this concept in our day-to-day routine activities. Since our childhood days, we have been using this concept. No one ever can think of success without planning. Such important this concept is to manage our day-to-day activities also. So when we think of such any great activities or any great events, definitely there has to be great amount of planning in it. So let us understand, why do we need to plan? What is a plan? What is the significance of a plan? What are the features of planning? The history of planning can be traced back to our great epics period, the era of Ramayana. I hope you all must have been accustomed with these instances earlier. So let me just correlate a small story from Ramayana to explain the concept of planning. In one of the phases or one of the chapters of Ramayana, our holy book, Sri Ram, who had become the friend of Sugriv, they had marched towards Lanka. And when they marched towards Lanka in search of Mata Sita, it was the very first instance when Ram, Sugriv, and the other people in Ram's army, they came across, they saw Ravana from the other end of the mountain. So when Sugriv, Ram's friend, when Sugriv saw Ravana from the other end, he was furious, he was aggressive. He wanted to fly down to Ravana and have a war over there. And he just did that. So the moment Sugriv saw Ravana, he flew onto his place. He flew onto Lanka, and yes, a war was set in between Sugriv and Ravana. And thank goodness Sugriv could come back alive to Rama. But the manner in which Sugriv returned to Rama this time was not at all a good one. So at that time, Rama explained Sugriva regarding planning, the importance of planning. Had he planned this particular war earlier, proactively in advance, here itself, Ravana would have been defended. Ravana would have been killed. But since Sugriv did not plan anything and he just acted without planning, Sugriv was defeated at this time in this war. So friends, the importance of planning, or this particular planning concept, is as old aged, or its history was traced far behind during our Ramayana era. It is as old as our existence on the earth, we can say, existence of human beings. So each and every one of us, knowingly or unknowingly, we use this particular concept of planning. Now, what is planning? Planning is nothing but thinking a way ahead of time, a thought ahead of a time, a thoughtful exercise which is done before time, before any event occurs or for the event which is going to occur in future. The day-to-day examples of planning that we use or we come across are the simple ones like the timetables that we formulate in the schools, colleges, offices. These are nothing but the plans prepared for the future. That is, day-to-day activities, routine activities, or even non-routine activities we need to plan for. Our government makes a budget. In every household, the ladies or the elderly people, they prepare a budget for their day-to-day financial activities. So all this is what? This is nothing but planning. So now, after induction of this particular topic, let us understand the features of planning. Features of planning, this is a thinking in advance activity. Planning is thinking in advance. We cannot think tomorrow for tomorrow. For tomorrow, we have to think today. So we have to think proactively before time, before an event is expected to occur. We have to plan today for future events or future occasions so that we can feel secure about their achievement, the target achievement. So if we have not planned for our future events or occasions today, then it may happen that whenever they occur, we may be shaken due to certain loopholes or failures. So to be successful in every event of the future, to secure our future for that matter, we would say a plan, a detailed plan is necessary. It may be a long-term plan, it may be a short-term plan, it may be a day-to-day plan, it may be a routine plan, it may be a strategic plan. So planning is necessary. If we really want to win any war is not just between two countries or two people or whatever. Today, many types of war are actually on. It may be a verbal war. So even if we want to, any type of debate or discussion or an event, we need to have planning. So planning is key to success. Without planning, we cannot think of success. We can take an example of a train. If a train initiates from a particular station, it starts its journey from a particular station, but no destination station is given to it. So where will that train driver take this train then? So life without planning is like a train without destination. So we need to have planning in each and every area or aspect of our life. So do the companies or businessmen have to. So even the corporates or businessmen, they have to plan so that they are not encountered into any difficult situations in the future period. So thinking in advance. We need to think in advance. We need to be proactive. We need to take care of each and every minute detail that we may be encountered into in future. So this type of planning or thinking in advance may be related to finances, may be related to purchasing, may be related to sales, marketing, or labor, human resource, or any event occurring like marriages in our households, marriage or any other party like birthday party or whatever. So whatever is going to happen in future, and if we can foresee it, then we can plan for it. So important thing is that we need to take care of even each and every minute detail regarding that particular event which is expected to occur in future, and we have to think for such an event in advance. So this is thinking in advance. The Other feature of planning is primary function. Planning is the very basic or fundamental function of business management. We cannot expect any management to succeed if they have not planned well. So planning is essential. It is primary. Without that, we just cannot proceed. We have to have plans. So planning is essential. It is very basic and fundamental activity when we start management. So without planning, we cannot start management at all. So it is necessary to plan the work and then work out the plan. So simple, very nice sentence. It is necessary to plan the work and then work out the plan. So this is nothing but planning. It is primary. We have to plan the work first. Only then we can work out that plan. Then another feature of planning is pervasive. Planning is regarded as all pervasive. That means it is existing everywhere. You can say it is omnipresent. It is everywhere, it is seen everywhere. It is prevalent everywhere. All over the universe. So not just in Gujarat, Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, or Punjab, Maharashtra, or India, even beyond the boundaries of our nation, that is even in any other country, be it America, England, or any other country for that matter. So it is all pervasive. Management or planning. At times management is equal to planning. This is what it is said. So if you have planned well, you can manage things well. So planning is all pervasive. It is very much there in each and every field and each and every organization. So be it sports, be it households, be it financial sector, be it industrial sector or agricultural sector, everywhere planning is there. Planning has to be there. Without plans, we cannot succeed. Hence, it is all pervasive. It is there in every form of organization as well. Be it sole proprietorship, be it partnership, be it company form of organization, be it joint Hindu family organization, or joint venture or consignment, whatever. So every form of organization, every field, it is there. So it is all pervasive. It is futuristic. Another feature of planning is that it is futuristic. Futuristic means future oriented. Naturally, planning cannot be past oriented. Planning has to be future oriented. Only when we think about, or only when we know our targets well, ambitions well, only when we set our goals, then we can plan. So first thing is setting our goal. And goal cannot be achieved today itself by planning today itself. Isn't it? So goals are set for the near future or immediate future. So it is future oriented. So we need to plan for future to make it secure. It is futuristic. So plan the work, work out the plan. So think of the past, work in the present, and build up your successful future. Think of the past. Yes, we have to think of our past results, isn't it? What is our capability? What we have achieved earlier, how we have achieved earlier. On the basis of those past results, we can work in the present. We can formulate the plans in the present to build up a great future. So it is future-oriented activity. Then it is continuous process. Planning is a continuous process. It is not at all one-time process. We have to do planning each and every day. So once we have prepared our plans, we need to take the follow-up of it. For example, if we have prepared a timetable for ourselves for studying, we need to take the follow-up of it, whether we are following, whether we are sticking to the timetable or not. Generally, people make the New Year resolutions, isn't it? They decide on 31st December that from New Year, from 1st of January next year, I'll be doing so and so and all these things. So all those blah, blah, blah things, whether they are doing after the starting of the new year. So new year has begun, and after beginning of that new year, Are they following this particular plan or resolution? So that is important. And so we say it is a continuous process. So plans made on paper and kept aside are not at all plans. Plans need implementation. And this is what is the continuous process. So day-to-day working is necessary upon the plans to implement them, execute them, to know what is wrong, what is not reachable, whether the plans are achievable or not, whether the planning is feasible or not. So plans should be feasible, they should be reachable, goals should be achievable, all such targets should be achievable. And this we can come to know only when we start implementing upon it or when we start working upon such plans. So it is a continuous process. It's not that today we planned things and kept aside. So nothing is going to happen all by itself. We have to work upon it continuously. It is a continuous process. Thereafter, choices. Another feature of planning is making a choice or a decision. Today, everywhere, in every field, there are n number of alternatives, n number of options available for everyone. And we really are subjected to take or make a proper choice, well-informed choice by a prudent approach. So if we do not have that particular prudence, we cannot take good decision. Having prudence means definitely thinking about the pros and cons, the cost benefit analysis, etc. So what is this? Applying certain technical knowledge, applying certain skill while deciding whether we should opt for a particular option or whether we should not opt for it. So selecting one particular option and rejecting another means making a choice or making a decision. This can be done easily only when we have proper planning. If we have prepared proper plan, we know what we want and we know what we do not want. So it is easy for us to eliminate the unwanted things, unwanted delays, and our selection process becomes easy. So if we, for example, if we have decided that we are going to go abroad after our 12th standard, that means we have already rejected all other options of studying in India. So this is what we have planned. We have set that target that I want to take admission after my 12th in some foreign country. So all other options of studying in India are already eliminated, rejected. So this is our plan that has already made our job of deciding easy. So it is nothing but making a choice, making a decision based upon many alternative options available. So this is how planning will help us, because we are planning for our future, that how we want to become after a few years, what we want to become after a few years, and how we will become and how we will achieve that targeted ambition. The next feature of planning is mental exercise. Planning is very much a mental exercise. It is a thinking process. In planning, we need not just go run and we need not run haphazardly everywhere. Here I would like to quote another story showing the mental activity. Again, a mythological story or relating to our Puranas. This is about Ganesha, Lord Ganesha and Lord Kartikeya. Once Lord Ganesha and Kartikeya, they were given, in their childhood, they were given one task that they should complete the one revolution around the earth. And then whoever wins that particular race will be declared as more clever or intelligent. So what Kartikeya did, naturally, he started early, he took his vehicle or vahan, what is called like Mayur, and he went upon that peacock and he started his Prithvi Pradakshina. But Ganesha, who was, say, he was having a very nice body, he had put on lot of fat and wet to his body. So in such a condition, Ganesha thought it is not possible for him to complete the revolution around the earth. So he thought cleverly. What he did was he just went around his parents saying that, okay, I have completed my task earlier than Kartikeya. He used his brain. He used his brain. That is the thinking process, the mental activity. He did not go all the way around the earth doing the physical activity as Kartikeya did. But what he did, what Ganesha did, he just went around his parents and he completed the task within no time. So this is a mental activity. We need to plan intelligently. So yes, it is a planning. Planning is a mental exercise. We need to think intelligently. We need to think creatively. We need to think out of the box. So then let us discuss the need or significance or importance of planning. It gives direction. So when we say कि we want to go abroad to study further, that means now we know where we have to go, why we have to go, how we will go. So we have got a direction. When we are driving on the road, when we are riding on the road, riding a vehicle or driving a vehicle, if at all there are two approaches, which way to go, right turn or left turn, and we are confused which way to go. But if we know clearly that we are required to go to a particular place and that address is clear in our minds, then we know which way to go. But if we do not know, if we have not set the target, if we do not have any ambition, then we will not get the direction. So to get the direction, we need to have ambition and clarity of mind. So planning will give us that direction. Just as Ganesha thought intelligently, he got the direction, what he should do to complete the task earlier than Kartikeya. He just thought of it. He got the direction that he should revolve around his parents and complete the task, saying that his parents itself were his world. So he got the direction from his plans, thinking creatively. Then reducing risk. Planning reduces the risk. We know that today everywhere there is uncertainty. Only certainty about future is its uncertainty. So if everything is uncertain in future, how to secure it? So we need to plan minutely. We need to have long-term plans. We need to have short-term plans also. So weekly, daily, hourly basis planning has to be done in that case. So we want to reduce the risk. There may be risk of available resources. They may be scarce. Manpower may be scarce. Available financial resources may be scarce. Or time may be scarce. So we should not take risk. And if we do not want to take risk, we need to plan minutely. So when we have planned properly, minutely, naturally risk of failures will be eliminated, rather avoided or minimized. Then promotes creativity. Just like in the present pandemic situation, we people are not able to do the teaching and learning process in our schools or colleges or universities. So when we cannot go into those buildings, what we thought of creatively was going for online education. So this was a creative thought. This was out of box thinking that we can do the teaching and learning even by sitting at home. So this was nothing but creativity. Our target was clear that we want to continue our education. We should not take a break in educating the children, or children should not be given that break. So we thought creatively. Some innovation was put in. Each individual, maybe the teacher, maybe the student, and other supporting systems, they worked day and night. They thought of creative ideas. How can we make this particular teaching and learning interactive, even though it is on online basis? So yes, creativity creeped in just because we know our targets that we want to teach and we want to learn. So how can we do it? We just have to crack our hard nuts from our brains. So yes, we can get the ideas, new innovative ideas by planning. Then it reduces the wasteful activities and costs. So if at all, for example, if we really have to go driving a car on a road, and again that road ends at two different roads, and we do not know which way to go, whether we should go to the right road or left one. So we do not know where to take the turn. So in that case, if you really know properly what to do, if you have planned properly, if you have already done your homework properly, okay, this road will lead to this particular village or this particular place, and this road will take me to this particular place or area. So if you know properly, if you have done your homework, that means you have planned properly, then you can go to your destination without incurring any extra cost. On the other hand, if you do not have any plan, if you have not done your homework, and you do not know which way to go, whether to go left or right, in that case, maybe you will be misled and you will go to the wrong road, so that you will waste your petrol and time in that, entailing more cost. So your time is wasted and cost is wasted if at all you are reaching wrong place. So planning is important. So this is how to reduce the wasteful activities and cost, we need to plan in advance. And another significance of planning is it enables control. Control is essential to be successful in life. Management cannot be successful without exercising this particular function of control. In layman's language, what is controlling? Controlling is nothing but comparing the planned activities with the actual activities, and then locating if at all there are any deficiencies, and if deficiencies are there, they should be set right with some corrective measures. So this is controlling. So controlling is essential, and with planning we can have controlling. It is said, again relating to our mythological story or something from our Puranas, it is said that God has his incarnations, और God arrives on this earth, जिसको हम बोलते हैं कि अवतार लेते हैं, है ना, दशावतार, भगवान कृष्ण के या विष्णु के जो दशावतार हैं. God comes on this earth whenever such time calls for. Yada yada hi dharmasya, है ना. This is what it was promised by God, कि whenever there is a need, I'll come to earth and set right all the things which are not right. So he's controlling, he's balancing. This is what is promised by God, and this is what happens, this is what we believe. So if we take another example, that we have planned for the week that we will complete 15 lessons of economics during this particular week, and today we have completed 5 lessons from that. But tomorrow, if we do not sit and study, we have wasted full day of tomorrow. If we waste full day of tomorrow, so naturally at the end of tomorrow, work completed only will be 5 lessons. So load of day after tomorrow and other days will increase. Burden of other days will increase. We will be forced to complete the syllabus fast within a week. Then maybe there may be frustration, there may be mistakes when we go fast. It may happen that we do not understand or we are not able to practice more certain chapters, etc. So what was planned was not achieved. On day 1, the first plan was achieved, so, okay, 5 lessons completed. Day 2, nothing was achieved. So there was a deficiency. So such deficiency can be compared only when there was a plan. Only when there is a plan we can compare what is not achieved. We can locate the mistakes and deficiencies only when there is a plan. So, controlling is nothing but comparing of the actual results with the planned results, with the planned estimates, so that we can control them by taking remedial measures in right time, in the right manner, so that we can manage effectively and efficiently and achieve our targets and goals. So planning is the very essence of management's success. So friends, today we have learned the features of management, the significance of management. So friends, do subscribe to this channel, share the video and do like it. Till then, thank you and goodbye. Take care.